Well, makers, builders, and creative people really like well-organized toolboxes, as I've learned in the past week by the impact my repair box has had. But 3 years ago, I built a different kind of toolbox called the Rock Box. It's a self-contained effects processor for guitar and voice. Usually, you'd show up at a session, a gig, a practice, or a show, and lay out your effects pedals, the wiring, and the patch cords. Well, this toolbox is an all-in-one. Power in, 1/4-inch guitar jack here, microphone here, and these are the two stereo outputs. And if you're also plugged into a laptop, the USB cable connects to this Scarlett Solo through this porthole thing. Unfortunately, I misplaced the original compiled files for the video, which I would have loved to re-edit. But I do have the finished video from 3 years ago. Things have changed. Enjoy. I feel like making... The following is a project I completed several months ago, but I just couldn't compile those clips into a compact, coherent video. Just like that opening bit right there, feel like making. I did many takes. Some the sound was impeccable. Others I just wasn't rocking it. So yeah. So you'll be seeing some original clips. So people ask me, what makes you sound the way you do? And then some voiceovers and cutaways to try to clarify things a bit. Why are you this way? I'm talking about sound processing and guitar effects, and honestly, nobody's ever asked me that, though people sometimes wince. Well, effects. Lots and lots of effects, and having been dropped on my head as a child several times. New project. Yeah, new project. Basically, I wanted a simple, safe way of carrying my sound equipment that I could just lay it down somewhere, take off the top, and then plug in power, microphone in, XLR plug, right, like this, guitar, that's 1/4-inch jack, sound out, going to the PA system, board, amp, whatever, left and right. And that's all there is. I don't have to look for patch cables. I just plug into whatever they've got laying around. And when you're done, you just put your cover back on and unplug, and that's it. It's built around TC Helicon's VoiceLive 3 vocal, guitar, and looping processor. You plug your mic and guitar directly into the back before running it to your amp, PA, or board to get effects from hundreds of programmable presets and something like 1,200 parameters. I'll be using one of these cases here, and we have a winner. It'll be this one. This is a fairly inexpensive plywood tool case. It's 1/4-inch. I'm not even sure if it's a 1/4-inch thick, and it's got aluminum exterior, a case, and the inside is foam, black foam rubber. My plan is to modify these hinges so that the cover becomes removable. I'll have to cut this off, put some pins in, removable pins, sort of sliding pins, and then this should go. There were so many pauses, so much dead air. Now you understand why these interventions are necessary. On the right side, we've got the VoiceLive going in. Also, the Scarlett Solo, plus a power bar. Once that's figured out, we'll use these XLR connectors. Yeah, plugs and sockets for this build. First, the guitar jack, or the 1/4-inch jack. Then there's 3-pin XLR. XLR stands for external line return. I also read though that the R might mean rubber, since that's the rubber insulator right here, the rubber ring, because there's also XLP, which was external line plastic. So I don't know. That's what it looks like. It can be a bit confusing at first as to which is male or female. I would have thought that since this fits into there, that this is the male, but you have to look at the actual sausage. 3 of them in this case. Sometimes I'll have some USB cables also to pass through here. This is what I found. Okay, also a surface mount, but it's a 12 volt cigarette lighter type of adapter. If you pull out the back, you get a pass-through for cables, which seals it nicely. All of this together will look really, really nice, a whole series. Keep them as close to the ground as possible, so we don't have any cables coming out over the side. Everything is just neatly stacked, neatly arranged at the bottom, at the back here. And any cables that need to be connected are just plugged into the back, could be labeled, and you have just patch cords inside the box, which stay sort of like what, hardwired? It just stays there permanently. Even the power cable, look at this. Power cable for the power bar. This is also surface mounted, and my extension, if I don't have a correct extension, I'll be using this. And this just plugs in securely at the back. And it's kind of cool. It looks very industrial and solid because it's yellow. First thing to do, we'll remove the cover. That's where it goes. Yep. That's all it needed. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, we'll figure out a way to do this. Wonderful. Okay, so that's that. I want it to be as high as possible. I want a tight fit, but I don't want the cover to press down on the buttons. Yeah, we'll take these off too. These little tabs. Oops. Okay, well that was easy. So these are the major components. You've got the processor, the Scarlett, and everything else will be cabling and the required ports. Display dimensions. Found a pretty good glue bottle. Was Sriracha. Actually, no. I found that after using my Sriracha bottle for a few months, the tip would get all clogged up. There are far better ways to glue up your work. Oh yeah. Because the way these buttons here, the front ones, the way they're kind of recessed inside the box, I don't have access to the front buttons easily. I angle it by giving this a bit of a cut. So here's a look at the internal structure, the frame of what holds the components together. It's mostly made out of scrap wood, pine, and a bit of MDF. Once painted black, it looks amazing. I have to modify my power bar to fit into the case. There we go, a shortened power bar. Next, I drilled out the access for the power socket with a 2-inch hole saw. And this is the type of hinge I came up with so that the top cover could be removed. And it required a couple of welded tacks to secure the pins, actually made from finishing nails. So, the layout. The Voice Live 3 processor, the power bar, and the Scarlett Solo. With the components in place, I could plan where the wiring and plugs would go. I have a bit of a confession to make. I'm not a professional, as you might have guessed, and I don't do this full-time here in my workshop. I'm learning as I go along, and as I upload sequences to edit this very video, which hasn't been shot in one sequence in one day. So I'm learning how to wear a lapel mic, where and how to use it. There. Also, I've been wearing the same outfit for the last couple of days as I work on this part-time, though I've realized as I'm editing this that the black wreaks havoc on the color balance and the exposure, but I'm keeping it for the sake of continuity. So let's get back to work. The beauty with these XLR sockets is that they're numbered front and back, and the soldering lugs are shaped like little buckets that hold the wire in place and help the solder flow perfectly. Once my patch cables had been assembled and soldered, I hot glued the connectors and then taped everything up. And that's it. Thanks for watching.